now. Hey everyone, we are sorry that we are so late. We've been having some technical issues out in Gooding, Idaho.
Yeah, so, it's kind of remote, so the internet isn't the best, and we were just having a lot of audio issues and things like that. So we apologize on that.
I had Peter on, but he's gone now. I don't know where he went.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hello.
He's here with me. So yeah, we had some stuff that we wanted to share with you guys. I'm trying to get a good I need longer arms.
Don't get my good side. Cuddle. You got to cuddle. You got to cuddle. Okay. There you go.
There you go.
Just like last night.
Yes. Trevor.
Much better.
So yeah. So next week I'll be on, and I'll be back at home in my yeah, there we go. So, and we'll be able to share some of the stuff we've got. We had a pretty wild night last night, and had some pretty cool experiences. Even scared the crap out of one of the investigators. That was pretty entertaining to watch.
I can't wait to hear it. Was it Peter that you scared the crap out of?
No, it was just a kid. It was just a wee little snapper.
Big bad. What is he? RCM?
Yeah, he's a corrections officer in British Columbia, and he's I'm the big bad man.
Yeah,
yeah.
Really nice. Fair, to be fair, it was only his second investigation,
but he ran like a little girl.
It was pretty funny.
It was funny. So. It was funny.
Yeah, it seemed like.
Is it like one of those ghost hunter shows where they had who I can't remember who it was that was run?
Yeah, it was a lot like
Brian.
That. Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, it was a lot like that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the thing is, at the time, he was inviting a spirit to come over and sit by the side of him, and we were using the SD method, and yeah, you got to be careful what you wish for sometimes, because apparently the spirit did say he was going to come over. So this guy shit himself and got up and run.
It's like, I'm out of here.
Did he come back? Did he come back?
No, he was never seen again.
We're not sure where he went. So.
We both got up this morning, and his car's gone.
We filed a missing person report
before you guys leave. Like,
well, he's a part of my team, so I should probably check in on him at some point today. But no, they were leaving early this morning anyway to go to Montana. So, but I think that he was probably glad to see the back end of this place.
It was fun because he came here a heavy skeptic and basically told one of the other team members that he didn't think ghosts exist, and he ran upstairs and looked at me and he said, "I believe now," and that was it.
So what started it with him, and I can give his name away because he's probably never going to watch his show anyway. Matt is a corrections officer along with my fellow teammate Ollie, and he's always bragging about the fact that he's a non-believer and stuff like that. And he was like, "No, I'm still not convinced. And we got EVPs and stuff like that. I'm still not convinced and stuff like that. And then there was a bell, like Ollie bought a cowbell, and for whatever reason,
like a sleigh bell, on Santa's sleigh, one of those things.
And he wrapped it around, because in these dorm rooms we got in here, so there's like queen size beds and there's some bunk beds that are all in one room. And Ollie walked in there and he wrapped this cowbell around one of the bunk beds, and Matt obviously just went to sleep. Next day, got up, came downstairs to do his thing and went back upstairs again. And the cowbell was taken off the side of the post of the bunk bed, and it was put center of his bed.
It's under the bunk bed.
Yeah, center of the bunk
Oh
bed.
my
So,
God.
so that just totally flipped his whole belief systems.
Well, first, Ollie had to endure a almost beat down.
Yeah.
Thinking Matt thought for sure Ollie was screwing with him and
Yeah.
pulling this big prank. But that's not something we do. Our
Yeah.
teams are we're very professional. We know that as soon as we start screwing around like that, then
Yeah.
nobody's going to believe anything that happens around here anymore.
So what's ironic about it was last year I slept in the room next door to Matt, and I'm in that room now, and Lauren, one of my other investigators, was sleeping in the room next door, and multiple times she was saying whenever I was out of the room she could hear footsteps coming from my room, and me being me, just going there, I pass out, and I can fall asleep anywhere, and it was the day before we were packing up last year, and I just happened to glimpse up above the doorway, which was a door that divides both bedrooms, and my wallet was strategically put above the door frame, and it was it was put above the. And to be honest with you, it was so. At that time, I'm like, someone's just joking around with me, so I went around the whole entire.
It was you.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, it kind of interrogation about who would do something like that, and after probably about 2 hours of talking the whole situation to death, we finally ascertained that it was unexplainable because of the fact that there was two of my other investigators in the bedroom opposite that looked like you could see into my bedroom, and they were laying on the bed throughout the whole time, and they never saw anyone coming in and out my room.
Wow.
So that kind of rattled my cage a little bit, which I've witnessed things like that over the years. But I think the thing is with Matt, and both myself and Matt, it was so obscene, like having a wallet put above on top of a door frame. I was almost embarrassed to ask that question, because if someone said that to me, I'd think, and I didn't know them, I'd think they're full of shit. I would think automatically that someone was just, naturally did it just for attention and stuff like that. And that's because of my past experience with people. But it's still unexplainable to this day. I mean, I have at the moment, since I've been here, there's now another investigator that's got the room next door to me, and she's heard the same thing as well before even Lauren said anything. She's heard footsteps coming from my room and stuff like that. And I don't know, I'm not going to set cameras up in my bedroom because that's just weird and kinky.
Yeah, we get paid for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's just like fucking weird. And I wouldn't appreciate seeing myself in the early hours of the morning getting up for a leak as well. So it would be, But I don't know. No, I think next year we should, perform some kind of controlled experiment in both our room and Matt's room. Whether we stay in that room or whether we just put cameras up in there, I don't know. But there's definitely something to it.
Yeah, we're already talking about different ideas of what we might do. It seems, because what's interesting, it seems typically these things are happening when there's nobody in those rooms. And whether we keep those rooms vacant and we put some object, hang something somewhere that doesn't belong to see if it gets moved. I don't know. And we could put cameras in there because nobody's staying in there. But this place, it never ceases to amaze me. It never disappoints. Really looking forward to sharing some of the stuff that we caught, telling some of the stories. And I know tonight we got a super late start because we couldn't get the stuff to work. I will be on. I think I'll be on next week. I better be on next week. Am I on next week?
It's Easter.
Easter? Am I working? I got to make sure. I'm hoping I'm going to be on next week. So, and if not, we will file a full report at some point. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Are you guys staying there again tonight then?
Yeah, tonight's the last night. Tonight will be the final investigation. We all leave in the morning. Well, I leave in the morning. He leaves in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, I've got. It's probably going to be an early bath because I'm leaving probably between midnight to 2 a.m. to head back to British Columbia.
Oh, okay. Are you driving or flying?
Oh, No, driving. It would probably take equally the amount of time to actually fly here than what it would to actually drive, and it's a beautiful drive as well. So it's I'm looking forward to it.
That's good.
It's
He's like,
15-hour drive.
it's only 15 hours. No big deal.
I know. Well, North America is a big place. So
if you lived here, you'd be home now.
Well, you know what? If Canada took over America and they became,
The next province,
yeah, there you go.
Never know.
You'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
You never know.
You just never know.
So there's actually a funny story, and I'll try and dig the footage up and give it to Trevor so I can share with you guys. So yesterday we went to a heritage site. It's called Stickler Ranch, and we went there last year. And the reason why I wanted to go back is that I was walking around doing a spirit box, and I asked, "Do you know where I'm from?" And just out of the blue, a voice said Croydon. And it just blew me away because, I usually get England or Britain or something like that. And anyway, we are probably about 3/4 of an hour there, and the wind was blowing like merry hell there as well. And I'm standing there and I'm asking questions, what color is Ollie's shoes and stuff like that to get some kind of intelligent interaction to come back. Then all of a sudden I point at the flag, and it's obviously the United States flag, and I said, do you know what country that flag is from? And I pointed to it and I said, it's is it a Canadian flag? And all of a sudden his voice piped in on the spirit box and said, I hope so. There you have it.
There you have it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Welcome to Canada, Trevor.
Yeah, there you go. Hey.
Hey.
Well, he drives from Calgary anyway, so it's he's halfway there anyway.
It's all good.
Yeah.
At least I get a discount on Maple Syrup, maybe.
We'll have to do the show next week for sure. Hopefully you're not working, because the week after I will be actually in Calgary. I'm going to the Comic-Con.
Nice.
Oh, I know. I tell you. So some of the guests that are going to be on are, I don't know if you ever watched like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and so David Boreanaz is going to be on the show, or is going to be at Comic-Con.
Nice.
James Marster, Spike, is going to be there. We've got Michael J. Hall. Basically all the Back to the Future people.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. I don't know why I said Hall.
And he's Canadian as well. That's very disrespectful.
Michael J. Fox is going to be there. Catherine Tate's going to be there from Doctor Who. Nicholas Hoult from he's from Superman and I can't pronounce this. Nosferatu? What's that new movie that? But
Nosferatu, it's like the vampire type.
Yeah, the vampire movie.
He's got bucktooth fangs instead of actual fangs or something.
I guess, yeah. John Boyega from Star Wars is going to be there. I'm so excited to see him. Helen Hunt, of all people.
Helen Hunt. Wow.
Oh wow, that's random.
The guys from Grimm, some of the people from Twilight, Jennifer Beals is going to be there. Steve Guttenberg is going to be there. But the people from Grimm are going to be there. I don't know if you ever watched that TV show, but it is jam-packed. And the original Mutant Ninja Turtles are going to be there.
Well, you got to be walking around and getting many interviews with all of them, and then we can post that on the show too. So.
Well, I can try. I will try, but they're pretty strict on the cameras, but I will be recording all of the forums and stuff like that. So
not on the forums. You just got to find them in the hall.
I'm not going to lie. There could be footage of me being dragged away from like David Boreanaz. I'm just saying, I don't know. That could happen as they're like kicking me out. I don't know. I will be a good person. No, I will be a good girl. But no, it's going to be exciting. So that I will be not next weekend, but the weekend after for sure.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll let you know, and we'll get it figured out one way or another. We're gonna have a good show when we get to finally show this stuff. So
yeah, and hopefully, Peter, maybe you could join us if you like. Like we would love to.
I might. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of busy at the moment with my store and stuff like that. So,
do you want to do you want to give us a pump on that store? Like
a pump, a pump,
pump on that store.
So, I can start from the beginning. So probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I started building equipment for my fellow teammates, and kind of skyrocketed from there. And there was a friend of mine in Ontario, who noticed some of my stuff when we were doing live feeds on investigations and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, can you make me this and can you make me that?" So I did and sent it out to her, and she said, "You know what? You should do that for a living." And I was like, I'll give it a shot. And so I started up an Etsy store, and it was very successful in that respect. And then it kind of then went into my own store, like my Ghost Gear store. So the website for that is www.ghostgearstore.com, and it has a bulk of paranormal equipment, both what I build as well and other stuff in the field as well, at a very discounted price. I'm proud to boast that all of my stuff is cheaper than most other sellers as well, based on the fact that I believe that the field should be affordable. So if there's anyone listening that's interested, ghostgearstore.com.
So is this it here? I think I've got it. Just give me 1 second right here. Is that your store?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Ghost Gear. That's really cool. I like that. I like the website. That looks really
I got a friend of mine did the start the website for me as well, and there's loads of contraptions that we use, like motion sensor lights and stuff like that are on there as well, and it gives people ideas of how to utilize basic equipment, things that like motion sensor lights that you put in your closet and stuff like that for ghost hunting. So it makes it more affordable as well. So instead of you buying that motion light from a certain supplier for like like $150, you can just buy it from my store. You can get it from Amazon for $20-$30. So it's making the field affordable.
again,
like when we foundations of paranormal investigations, it wasn't expensive. There was a group of people that just sat in a room with their eyes and ears. So
make ghost hunting great again.
So back to the 18th century with the founders of I can't remember the name of the group now, but the Ghost Gang, that's it, in the UK. Like, I think they were established in 1860, and then they just sat in a room with a bunch of candles and asked questions. So keeping it simple.
Keeping it simple, exactly.
Just like me.
There you go. There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys get back to hunting.
Yep. Yeah, we got a lot more to do tonight. So
we got a Chinese meal to have as well. Yeah, that's more important.
We got to get Chinese food. So.
Yeah.
Oh well, yes, you have to get. I'm actually barbecuing steaks, so we're going to be doing that tonight. So
I didn't know you like steaks, Kathy.
I didn't know you could barbecue.
I am the top shit of barbecue. I tell you.
I know. You know what? If to keep Kathy happy, give her a bloody steak, and she.
He's not wrong.
Well, I remember when we were over in Victoria, it was just like, I need a steak now.
That brings up my point. I was wondering, is she fork and knife or just?
Oh no, she's the fork and knife on show. But you know what? I went off to the washroom and I came back, and there was just slime all over her hands, and it was just like smeared all over her face. She looked like clown
I
with all the makeup.
gotta breathe in the steak blood, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
you gotta stay young, right? You gotta stay
Yeah.
young. So, you
I know.
gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
I actually bought myself a new barbecue, so I'm all excited.
Did ya?
Nice.
Very nice.
Yes, yes. So hopefully we'll see you guys next week. It was good to see you, and you guys have fun and take care and all of that stuff. Stay on for a second. But we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Bye.